Hi guys, this is the third video of the Golang Guardian Scraper series, and in the first video we had seen the diagram on how we're going to approach this entire project. The second video we started writing the outline of our code, and this is the third video. So we had reached, we created a scene map where we had the link, and if we had seen it or not, like true and false. And here's our list. So our work list basically is that the main channel in which we're going to have the list of all the links that we have to visit. We're going to copy that into list, and then we're going to loop over list, right? So we'll say for, and since we won't be using the iterator, I'll say blank. I'll give this blank character here, and then each of the links inside the list we're going to call it as link. Okay, and we'll range over list. And if we have seen the link, if you have not seen the link, right, then we have to say scene link is equal to true, and we'll say go func, and we'll create a goroutine here. This goroutine basically takes that link the link that's present in our work list, which has been copied to list. So it takes those links one by one, and it takes our base URL, which is Guardian, because that's how we'll access that link, right? Base URL. And this goroutine basically calls a function called crawl, where we pass the link and the base domain. Okay, and we're going to call it found links. So our crawl function basically takes those links one by one, and it takes our base domain, and it basically finds all the links on that page, and all of those links will be then kept in a variable called found links. And then we'll check if found links, as in if some of the links had been found, and if there's not nil, then we'll take all these found links and then we'll put them into our work list. So the diagram that I'd shown you, that's what's happening. We started with guardian.com, and we've discovered some links. We put them all into work list. From work list, one by one we visit all of those links. The links that we visit, we make them true, and the other links basically we go into that link, and then we find more links, we add them again to work list, and then the circle keeps repeating and repeating and repeating, right? So that's the whole idea here. Now, to make sure that the loop runs properly, what I'll do is I'll take a variable n, and I'll increment it, basically make it 1 here, and here I'll say till the time n is greater than 0, and minus minus. And I'll cover this whole thing in this for loop. Okay, so everything has been covered in this for loop, and here I'll say n plus plus. Alright, what this is doing basically is that whenever we find a link that has not been visited, we'll first mark it true, and then increment n by 1, so that at least we know that at least there's one link that needs to be visited. So first, this link is taken by the scroll function, and then you find all the links there, and then now n we know is not equal to 0, so it's greater than 0 here. And then all the links that we found in this link page, then we'll visit all those links, and then we'll find more links on those pages. So this basically keeps our endless loop of finding more links, putting them into work list, finding more links and putting them into work list keeps going. So it finds, let's say, one link, and then it puts that into work list, and then we visit all the links on that one link, right? All the links that we find on that one page, then we add them again to work list, and similarly the whole circle keeps repeating and repeating and repeating. And this is basically what's happening in our func main. All right, now we need to work on this function called crawl, which seems to be a really important function. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll go to our crawl function. With our crawl function, the C is capital. That's what we're calling here. And this takes a URL, and it takes a base URL, right? So we'll say target URL, which is a string, and base URL, which is again string. And this returns a slice of strings. So it's going to basically crawl the link that we send it, right? So let me just take it through you again, so that you understand what's happening. We start with guardian.com, and then we find links one by one. We find we put them into work list, and then from work list we take them into list, and when we range over those lists, and then we take those links one by one, we put them into crawl function with our base domain, and then we find all the links on this link. So that's what this crawl function does. So it basically returns a slice of those links, basically slice of string with all of those links, and that's what we'll have in our found links. And all those found links, we again add them to our work list, right? So whole thing happening again and again. That's what's happening here. I've tried to explain every single line, but in case you still don't understand, there's something you don't understand, you can put them in the comment below, and I'll try and help you out. Not an issue. So here, what we'll do is we'll just print out our target URL. And then we'll call a function called getRequest. We have to create this function yet, and we'll send our target URL in that function. Okay, and then we'll call a function called discover links, and we'll send the response, which is basically this. So from getRequest, we'll get this in a variable called response, and we can additionally handle error, but I'll leave it blank for now. So with discover links, you have your response and your base URL, and this function discover links will basically discover all the links on this page, right? You get a link here, you call getRequest will give you a response with the whole body. The body basically can be used to discover more links. That's what's happening. And then we'll take a variable called found links, found URLs, found URLs. It's of type, it's a slice of type strings. And what we'll do is we'll take this value that comes from here, the links. We'll take that in a variable called links, and we'll range over those links. Okay, so what we'll do here is range over those links. And to range over links, we'll need an iterator, which we'll keep as a blank character for now. And each of the values that we get while ranging over links, we'll keep in this value called link. And what we'll do is we'll call a function called resolve relative links, and we'll pass our link, and base URL to that function. All right, so this means we have a couple of functions that we need to work on, right? So one is our discover links function. So we'll have func discover links. It's going to take a couple of parameters. It's going to return something. Then we have our get request function. So func get request. It takes some parameters, returns, and that will have a function definition, obviously. And then we'll also have a function called resolve relative links. So we'll have func resolve relative links. Right, so these are the functions that we need to create. So what's happening here is very, very straightforward. You're passing those links that need to be visited to the scroll function one by one, and you pass that target URL to a get request function. Get request basically sends you a response which has the body of after you visit the link, you get the body after you make the request. The response basically is used in this function called discover links to get the list of links found on that particular page. So in our links variable, we're going to basically range over it, and every single link we're going to send to this function called resolve relative links, which is going to basically find all the links for us. All right, and that's the whole program that we need to work on right now. So what I'll do is I'll just keep this video short, and in the next video we'll start working on all these other functions, and we'll take up from here, where we have we need to complete this function and we need to complete all the other functions. So do subscribe to this channel so that you come to know when the next video of this series comes out, and thanks a lot for watching.